Okay, hi guys. This is more of a tutorial for the testing team of the release candidate 2, though it also serves for anybody who wants to watch and see how at the moment the advanced is going to have to be installed on prepared 2.0. Flight Sim's slightly different. I'm doing this as a clean install. I do not have the PC-9 installed for prepared at the moment. This is so I can show what is going on here. So first off, we have the original current download, which was a zip file, and we've unzipped it from the bundle. So you get in the bundle, you get these 4 executable files. We don't need these 2, they're for Flight Sim. We do need these 2 here. First, we are going to install the Iris PC-9 for prepared. We're also going to pause syncing on there just in case. It's all correct, and install. Now, anybody who knows this original version knows that when it was done, you had to run the ACM. We're going to do that because it's also a great way of seeing the difference in the previous version and the new version. So we're not going to show the README file. I don't need to at the moment. So this is what the original looked like, and you had to set all this. So I could go run and we'd have the original without the update. I'm going to run the update 1. And we now have update 1 installed, or it upped it to 1.06, which was our internal version. This is the start stage. Everybody has it added. If I loaded it in now, it'd be everything else. Now, the advanced release candidates are this little install here. We are going to run it. We're going to take notice of this. You'll notice it's got a link here, right here. We need to go there. It is in the manual. We'll look at it from there. Again, this is all correct. Install. So, this is what comes up when you open the README, which is of course the manual. And now if we go all program files, down to Iris Flight Simulations for the prepared 3D and open this, it should be different, but for some reason it actually isn't updating this in the installer. I'm going to have to address that in the installer. But this actually does not matter anymore. This is the only segment of this that is used anymore. So this part here, no effect on the aircraft. This is all that matters. So what we need to do now is we look at this and we'll notice that if we come down, some of these features require the use of a free third-party add-on by Tom Agallo called XML Tools 2. If you're running FSX, when you complete and run, it'll do an auto install. You don't have to worry about this step at all. However, for prepared users, you will. So we're going to follow this link. It brings us here. It says for FSX version 2.8. It's because Tom's not put out a prepared 3D version for this yet. He's getting there and he's going to put out an installer for it, and it will make this a lot easier, but at the moment there isn't. So for FSX, I have already downloaded it and it is right here. So when you open it, we'll actually open it in Windows Explorer here as a zip file instead. It's got a single folder in here called XML Tools version 2. Inside that, it has this DLL here called XML Tools.dll. What you need to do is go to your Lockheed Martin prepared directory. In my case, it's here. Most people, it'll probably be program files x86, Lockheed Martin, whatever. You need to go down to the modules directory. If you do not have a modules folder here, which normally if you've not installed FSUIPC, you may not, but typically most of us are running FSUIPC, so you already do. But if you do not have this folder, create it. Otherwise, you want to take this DLL file, just here, and you'll notice I'll delete these two just to show that we're doing this from scratch. Drag and drop. It's now in here. What we now need to do, as described in here, is to add it to our simulator's DLL XML. So if we go up to the top here, type the %, app data, and then % and hit enter. It'll drop us straight to our app data. We then go down to Lockheed Martin, prepared version 2, and in here you should have a DLL.xml. If you do not have this file, you will need to make it, and rather than use that, we will open it with Notepad. This file looks like this. What you need to do is, we'll delete this. At the bottom, just above where it says symbase.documents, we need to add this segment here of code. like so. We then need to go File, Save, X, and we can close out the manual, though the manual does show you all the new features and other items. At this point, we should be able to start prepared. Now, you will probably get a warning saying that you've started a new DLL or the like. Do you want to run it? Tell it that yes, you do. You do want to run the new DLL. In this case, I don't want to run my instance scenery. I actually need to update it. We don't want to run FS Copilot because I'm not running the extra program that allows me to run it. Mine's obviously Professional Plus. This is the same for Professional, just in case anybody is wondering. So, okay, we're loaded in. We hit a change here. We go PC-9. I'm going to go for the display team. Going to change my airport to PS here. We'll start on the active. And we'll bring it back to daytime. And hit OK. So we've loaded in, we are cold and dark, which is correct. This is the default state that the advance will load in. There's no mistakes or anything occurring with the fact here, despite the fact that ready to fly may have been set on the ACM or anything. You will load in cold and dark on the first run of the advanced, and from here on in you will load in typically however you have left the damn thing. So if we hit 1, we've got our maintenance log and everything is looking spick and new. And you can confirm that at the moment on the debug build that XML Tools installed correctly, because this will come up like this. The release build will not actually have this option because we'll know 100% that it's working. So from this point, starting the PC-9. We are going to put the EPU on. We are going to fill our fuel tanks, stick our chocks on. We're going to, actually we'll do a flight without the instructor in the back and just me. We're going to do a lamps test. We've got no errors and all the lights are working. That is correct. We're going to set the inverter to battery. Don't have the checklist open here. Turn our avionics switches on. Turn our screens up. Lock the canopy. Confirm the canopy went off. Confirm that our fuel pumps come on. Reset our fuel pumps. Turn our fuel pumps on down here again to prime the engine. Starter to on. And before we just really quickly here reset our fuel. Pressures are rising. And everything, NG is at 12%. Fuel on. Engine stabilized. Generator on and remove the EPU. Battery master on. Fuel pumps off. Oxygen on. We're ready for taxi. At this point, you'll have about a second worth of lag on the throttle. It's not as bad as FSX's original 7 seconds, but there is a 1 second lag on the throttle, or thereabouts, especially when it's been at idle for a little while. So we're going to go up and we're going to do a single circuit, and then we're going to come back and land. I'm not going to bother tuning radios and the like, and I don't currently have the weather on the like, so we know we've got basically what we see is what we get. I don't even have my track IR turned on. So we're going to set our takeoff flaps. Flaps up, gear up. And if we have a look at the moment, we'll go back to here. I don't normally recommend doing this in flight. You'll notice that we've got 9 out, 0.09 on the engine, 1.8 on the airframe as a whole. We're slowly using oxygen. And we've done no landings because we haven't landed. So, we're going to slow ourselves down here. And we're going to come in for a landing. We'll actually head a little bit out into Perth's airspace here. Or not actually. Let's start the turn here. It's just we're a little higher than normal. Get down to altitude here. So approach flaps, landing gear. Landing flaps, and we're coming in high, but really should have turned off there. But so now we're braking, obviously, and because we were braking, we were using brake pressure and the like. If I shift 1, come over, you'll see we've used just a little bit of the brakes, or if we look here, small amount of the brake was being used. We touched down at 3.755 feet per second, and we've had 1 landing. Now, some might wonder why I'm shutting the bird down properly. I mean, it's a flight sim, because it's going to remember how I've last had it, and I want to take it for a flight. I normally do full startups. So, I'm going to shut it down to where I'd normally leave it when I shut down. So for a moment, I actually am going to have to give myself power. So there you have it. There's the install process, and shows that once it's all in, the advanced runs as it should. My name's Rob, and thanks.